Let's see. All right, we are live. Yay! All right, Carly. You know you're not finna stay in my lap. Oh, it is. It's 1 hour girl talk, so I guess you could stick around a little bit. You are a girl.
Yeah, Carly's a girl.
You're a girl, doggy. So I guess you could stick around for a spare, as long as you're a good girl. All right, you guys. So you are watching 1 Hour Girls Talk. This is a awesome production brought to you by The Velt. All right. So if you are on Twitch or YouTube, make sure you are going and following the Twitches. Oh gosh, I do need to put the links, don't I? The Twitch for The Velt. And we have a Twitch, not a Twitch. We have a YouTube channel. Hello. My dog is so cute. Hey, Deborah. Thank you. Hey, Thinka. Yes. And make sure you guys go and follow me on Twitch. Okay. Because although I do have it showing for Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch right now, once I get so far into the show, I am not going to be showing on Facebook. So if you want to keep going with us through this show, in this hour and longer, you're going to want to follow me on Twitch, or you can watch on YouTube. Okay. Yes, Carly is, yeah, she cute for a minute. So we got a couple things I want to talk about tonight. So if you don't know what 1 Hour Girl Talk is going to entail, this is what we're going to do. For the first hour, it's all women. So right now we got me and we got Krista. We're going to have a couple other ladies that are going to be chiming in. If you are a female and you want to chime in, I'm going to be sharing the link where you can actually come in. You can add to the conversation, or if you just want to add to the conversation in the chat, that's fine. But it's going to be for the ladies. This is all for the ladies. Listen, Lisa, I didn't ask you nothing about the Boston Celtics, okay? This is not you see how she... You know what? Lisa almost got blocked. I almost hit the block button on Lisa. But so for the first hour, it's all the ladies talk. And then after the first hour, if the men want to chime in, you know, they can do whatever they want to do at that point. So that's how we run a 1 Hour Girl Talk. It's exclusive for the women. It's for us to have our moment. Because a lot of times men don't want us to talk. They want to do all the talking. They don't want us to talk about nothing. And when we do talk, they feel like we taking over. So guess what? We're going to have our own show and we're going to do what we want to do and talk about what we want to talk about without worrying about them telling us we're taking too long. We got an hour. We got an hour. All right. So I did find a couple of topics I wanted to talk about. Krista, I mentioned this one to you earlier, but you haven't seen it. You only heard me describe what was being said. So I kind of want to see what you think about it and what some other people think about it, because if I'm dating, I kind of want to, like, if I'm dating somebody, I want to date knowing that this is going somewhere. If we decide, okay, yeah, we're going to be in a committed relationship together, I want to know that this is going somewhere. I don't want to feel like here comes a year, and at a year, you got to figure out, okay, do I continue this relationship, or, do we go our separate ways? So I did see this clip with this guy saying something, and I was just like, yo, what is he talking about? Why is he thinking like this? His name is Ryan Catchings, and he looks familiar, and I haven't even Googled to see like where I know him from. But he does look very familiar, and I feel like this dog is gonna go to sleep in my arms just like
Oh,
this.
she's falling asleep.
Yeah, this is like her favorite spot to fall asleep. So I saw this video and I saved it purposely because I was like, we have to, I gotta hear this and make sure I heard the right thing. And it's all three of these I saved for this purpose. But this one specifically, and I'm gonna listen to the whole interview eventually.
I've been dating a young lady for coming up on a year. It's a committed situation where I'm investing everything into our relationship. And now that it's coming up on a year, I'm gonna be honest, I do feel a little pressure to say yes, we're gonna continue, or no, it's not quite working. How do I know I'm getting the best deal? That's what I mean. That's in my mind.
No, I get
it's a
it.
deal. You know what I mean?
I get. I know exactly what you mean.
And I'm right brain, so I'm looking at all the things that I bring, looking at things she bring. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, what are these other options I'm gonna have access to, and what if I'm interested in those?
It's honest thought, and you have the FOMO, fear of missing out. This man that you're becoming, because I've watched you guys since you first started, and I've watched you grow. But I think what you have to realize is, so has she. So while you're becoming this man that you see and what you bring to the table by yourself, she's there to put that feminine
Oh,
creativity,
stop,
that
girl.
support, that
I
love,
think it
that
glitched out.
respect, her ability to
But so
challenge you.
you
All
heard
of
that,
those
Crystal,
things
right?
that this man that you're
Yeah.
becoming brings to the table.
What do you think? Like, this man said he feel like he got to figure out what he gonna do at a year. At a year, shouldn't you like be figuring that out early? I feel
I
like
think
that.
he feels pressure though. I think he feels pressure because after a year it's like you're in a serious relationship. So I don't think that he means he's doesn't like the girl. I just feel like feel like it's pressure. It's a long distance, like a long term relationship now. So they're not just dating, you know? Because after a
Right.
year, you're not just casually dating anymore. It's getting serious after that.
But isn't it okay? So if you with somebody for a year, haven't you already reached the point of it being casual dating? Like people are really dating for a year before they make a commitment.
I guess it just depends on the people. I don't know if they have kids and stuff like that. I don't think you know someone until you've been dating a year.
That's sweet. Well, yeah, I guess you're right. I don't think you ever really know somebody, even if you with them for years and years. I think you still learn something new every day. But I'm just like, I feel like after a year, because he said he invested so much time, and if you, I feel like once I put an investment in someone and I'm giving them that time and all of this, I feel like we should be moving towards something, whether we're going to get married or something. I feel like we should be moving towards something, not getting to a point of, okay, so let's see, it's been a year, let's see, are you still the best option for me, or do I need to go out here and find somebody else that's better than you?
Well, so, like you just said right now, you should move forward in a serious, like, kind of way. Well, I think that's the pressure he was talking about. At the very beginning of the video you played, I feel like that's what I read from him is that he feels pressure that
Right.
now it's, do we go forward in a serious relationship or do I not see it? And to me, if he's questioning that, he shouldn't go forward in a relationship because,
Yeah.
if you think that way, then that's probably not the person for you.
Right. Let me see if the rest of it played, because it was a little more. Let me see.
You're not becoming this amazing man that you see and what you bring to the table by yourself. She is there to put that feminine creativity, that support, that love, that respect, her ability to be agreeable, her ability to challenge you, all of those things that this man that you feel like you are turning into, she plays a part in that. But I got to say, this is why a lot of women don't like being the ride or die and sticking with you until you make it to that next level. Because as much as we pour into you, it's the possibility that you go from a bronze penny to a shiny quarter and you want something else. But she was there while you were a bronze penny. She was there while you were making this transition that you've made. So why can't she benefit from that?
Ooh, okay. See,
I've been dating a young lady for coming up on a
hold on,
year.
let me
It's a
pause
In
it.
a
committed
Hold
year
on.
though,
situation
just one
where
year, like, I don't know.
Mm.
I think that's crazy to like if the conversation was 3 years or 5 years, then I would agree. But 1 year, I don't think that's enough time to say that you've been with him and stuck through everything with him because it's only been 1 year.
Yeah, but I guess the way she was talking was like she knew him and whoever the girl is that he was with. So she was kind of basically saying, this girl done been with you from here, 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 here. Now that you've got to a point of elevation, or you got to this point of, you know, doing well for yourself, it's like now you ready to throw her to the side and find somebody else. It's like, well, shouldn't she get to enjoy this wonderful part of life that she's helped elevate you to. That's what it seemed like. And it's like, I don't know. But I've noticed that a lot of men do that. Like, they'll, women will get them to a certain point in life, whether it's boosting their confidence, taking them from one lifestyle to another, whatever it is. And then they end up getting rid of that female, getting a new one, because they feel like, okay, you know what? Knew this, knew that, knew everything. So
I think that's a valid point, but I don't think in this story, I don't think 1 year is long enough to have that point. Like I said, if it was 5 years, 3 years, helping him,
yeah,
motivate him, that's fine. But 1 year, that's not long enough. You're still getting to know them as a person and when they get mad, how they react to things. And I don't think that,
yeah.
I don't
Well, I'm
know,
gonna tell
one
you,
year is
I
long enough.
said with this dude right here, I said he need to be single. He need to be single because the other video, let me show you the other video. The guy asked him a very specific question. And this dude, he said he got to go through a vetting process. And I was like, wait, what?
A
The
vetting
question,
process.
the question was so specific. Should a woman go like and it has something to do with women going through test periods and things like that. But this is the other video.
Kind of strong here, but I ain't trying to be funny here. But I'm saying, you said, hey man, I need 2-3 years to just kind of roll with me for 2 or 3 years, or just kind of see how it works out. What does that mean? What's is there, there's no guarantee? I mean, what does that look like?
It has to be a test. I mean, you can't know you can't know somebody's character until you've experienced a lot of the seasons that come with life. How am I supposed to know you're a good person if we've never been through hardship together? How do I know that you're going to continue to fall in line with your commitment if there has not been time that has surpassed? So you can meet someone from on the outside, they appear to have good character, but character has to be tested. That's the only way you can prove that it exists.
Yeah, but Ryan, when we talk about seasons is a year. It's four seasons. I mean, what I mean is this. Okay, you don't know what she's going to be like when she has menopause. I'm kind of strong here, but I ain't trying to be funny here. But I'm saying, you said, hey man, I need 2-3 years to just kind of roll with me for 2 or 3 years, or just kind of see how it works out. What does that mean? There's no guarantee? I mean, what does that look like?
It has to be a test. I mean,
so he said, Chris, I'm like, yo. So he said that part that he said, I'm like, so wait, so what you're saying is you want to take me through hell and back to see if I'm finna stand, like, what? It's like basically what you're saying is you finna put me through some hell just to see if I can stand through. Boy, I'm not finna let you put me through that.
See, and that's not what I heard, Lady Bird. Okay, this is what I heard. I heard him say, I want to see how you are in every season of life. Like when things happen before I can say that I'm going to stay with you, like stick with long-term relationship. That's what I heard when he said that. He wants
Yeah,
the
but you
test as
ain't.
in like, I guess I didn't take the test part very specifically. I took it as like, he's going to see how it goes, through every season of life, what
Right,
happens.
but that's so yeah. I mean, he said that, but then the other one. This is the other video where he said the vetting part. But even in that one, I'm just like, wait. Even the guy said it. It's 4 seasons is a year. You get 4 seasons in a year. I still feel like you're not gonna go through everything with a person in a whole. Like there are some couples who've never went through a lot of things. Does that mean
Yeah,
they're
that's
gonna
true.
ever go through those things? No. So it's like he's saying, "Oh, I want to see how she deal with this, this, and this." What if she's the person that is never going to deal with something like that? You see what I'm saying? Like, so how it's weird that he would even say, "Oh, well, I want to see how she's gonna deal with this. I deal with that." What if she's not the person that is going to ever deal with that because she knows how to navigate through her life dealing with certain situations that wouldn't put her to have to deal with those things.
But what if the roles were reversed? Wouldn't you looking at a man, what he's going through, and you're deciding if you want to be with him or not, for the things that he goes through and you guys go through together, you know? If he reacts a certain way to something and it's a red flag to you, you're gonna feel a certain type of way, you know? So
Yeah, Yeah, but I mean, it ain't gonna be 2 or 3 years. I feel like it would take 2 or 3 years to figure that out. I feel like it would take longer than that. I mean, shorter. I feel like it would be a shorter time period. But this the other one. When he said this, I was just like, you know what? This man don't need no woman.
You are eligible bachelor. You are an eligible bachelor.
Sure.
You are eligible bachelor. I'll give you a pass. What woman would be the woman that you could marry now?
Now.
What kind of woman could you marry now? Because you got women looking at this show, and they're saying, these are good dudes. They watch your content and the whole nine. Mm-hmm. What does she exist that could make you marry her now?
Well, I mean, it has to be a vetting process, but I'm looking for value.
Okay, vetting process. Okay, yeah. So how long is the vetting process? You're saying 2-3 years?
I would say about 2 years.
Okay, so 2 years. So she is what you want now, and you're gonna make her wait 2 years?
No.
You are eligible.
You are ineligible. You gonna make her wait 2 years, and you want her, and she the one you want now? That's why I say that dude there need to be a little. He need to be single.
Yeah, he didn't answer the question because he said now. He's thinking like dating
he
wise.
was saying now, like right now, what would a woman be able to have quality that you would say, yeah, right now? Come here. This girl trying to get this dog from under me. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's a trip. I don't know how dating has become this thing, like, I don't know. Starting over and dating can be very stressful. Crystal does not recommend, okay? I don't recommend it. I don't. I think people who meet their partners and that like you've been with your partner pretty much your whole adult life. And I feel like people who have partners like that, they really, really are lucky, because the amount of pee and poop that's in the dating pool out here is bad. It's bad. It really is. But I think that also has to play into society and how society makes us feel like, oh, this is the type of person you want. You know how we always joke about the 666. I need him to have 6 figures, 6 inches, and be over 6 feet tall. Now, are we really gonna always get our 666? No. We is not getting no 666. If we lucky, we might get 2 out of 3 of those, but not all 3. So yeah. Let's see what else I have. What else I got? Oh, I got I said I was gonna see what they talk about on this. Our little favorite people ate at the table. See what they was talking about, because they got a topic they were talking about. Do you think it's okay? Oh, this is good. So, Krista.
Yeah.
You're married. So for people that's watching, Krista is married. Does your husband have a female best friend? Or a female that he would call like his best friend?
No.
Okay. If he did, would you be okay if he had a female that was like his best friend?
I guess it would depend on, like, for me, for instance, I do have guy friends I grew up with, and I'm still close with them, and they're like my brothers, right? So if it was that scenario, then yeah, I guess it would just depend on their relationship and stuff. I'm okay with him having friends that are girls.
Okay. Yeah, because it's a lot of men, and I want to see what they have to say, because this one dude on here, he be getting on my nerves, but the one little dude on here be getting on my nerves, but the question says, should a man be okay with his girlfriend having a guy best friend? I I don't know. I feel like if it's a
See, but I
situation,
wouldn't call them best friends though. Like that wording, I wouldn't call like my guy friends my best friends. Does that make sense? Like they're my friends and stuff, and we do stuff with them together, like with my husband and stuff. But I would not call them my best friend.
gotcha. But there are some women who do call guys like, "Oh, that's my best friend," or "my bro." They even do that. They'll go from it just being, "Oh, that's my best friend." "Oh, that's my brother." "That's my bro." Things like that. So I'm just trying to see what they're gonna say because
What do you
I
think,
know
Lady
for
Bird?
me.
Would you be okay with it?
Oh, hold on.
Honestly,
Where they
he
friends
said,
at?
Hold on. The dog.
I'm not trying to make her choose. But honestly, I feel like
So what is he doing?
Hold up.
If he not trying to make her choose,
The
what is he
dog
doing?
was
He don't know-
hanging
That
off
part.
the cord, about to choke. Oh my god! It was like I was about to have to call the rescue for the dog. She was choking. Oh my god! All right, what you asked me?
I said, would you be okay with it if you were with someone and they said they had a best friend that's a woman?
I think I would be okay with it if it's somebody that was in the picture before me. You know what I'm saying? I can't control who your friends are before me. But once we are together and then you meet a female and then it's like, okay, this is my female friend, like then I'm gonna be looking crazy because no, why who is this female all of a sudden now that y'all what? No. I'm okay if it's a pre-person, but a post new friend that's saying they your new bestie, no, hell no. All right, let me see what they said because Carly was choking and I ain't hear nothing.
Get your nuts out your pocket. Let them hoes drive. How can I tell her that I want her to know how men are? Shut the fuck up. Ugh, I'm just annoyed by that. It seems very whiny. It's like if it's your woman, why are you not confident in what your relationship is with her? Like, why do you even care what this other person, regardless of how close he is, like, why do you care what this other person does, thinks, or whatever?
That part.
Because the thing is that, like, if he get out of line, first of all, she should say something to her man. But if he get out of line and you see it, then you handle it. But you sitting up in here crying in a corner, wondering, oh my God, what should I tell her? Oh my gosh. Oh.
honestly,
Where they friends at?
he said, I'm not trying to make her choose. But honestly, I feel like
So what is he doing? If he not trying to make her choose, what is he
that's
doing?
why he don't know what to do. But I feel like that's the only way to go because if she doesn't feel like this is a big enough situation that bothers him,
Exactly.
So yeah, but she's not bothered by whatever he's feeling. So it's like it's either I say this to you once and final time for you to wake up and notice that this bothers me that much that I'm gonna walk away for it and you fix up or distance yourself or say whatever you need to say to your friend, your brother, or whatever, then I don't know what other option there is.
I have it.
Tell him.
Sir.
There it is. I'm waiting for it.
You are insecure for whatever reason about the relationship that they have. It's unreasonable for you to think that she would not be no longer be friends with this person because of y'all's relationship. What? Anyway, it's unreasonable for you to ask them to not be friends anymore. And she clearly doesn't have interest in not being his friend because she done already told, you see one thing and she sees another. In my opinion, you either need to.
So let me stop right there. So I don't know. Now I get what she's saying, but I also feel like if the relationship is worth having, then I feel like you should, at some point, you should have some type of compromise. Like, I get it. It does sound stupid to like stop being friends with somebody because maybe the person you dating doesn't want you to be friends with that person. But like, I don't know, because I've seen it from different angles. Like, you ever see a situation where you are in a relationship, you haven't heard from somebody like in months and months and months, almost maybe could be close to a year. But as soon as you jump into a relationship, that so-called person that was like one of your closest male friends or opposite sex friends, all of a sudden now they pops up out of nowhere because they want the person you dating to see them. And I feel like in that type of
Well, they weren't
situation,
really just your friend then, if that's the reasoning behind it.
right? Yeah, but that would that right there. Some people won't see that. They'll just be like, "Oh, that's just my friend," da da da, not realizing the person only popped back up in the picture and is being seen because either they're wanting to sabotage the happiness you about to receive, or deep down they really wasn't never trying to be your friend. You just put them in the friend zone, and that's where they were stuck at. So they, it's a whole lot to that. And shout out to Thinker on Twitch. Listen, Think on Twitch, shout out for them bits. And everybody else over there on Twitch, if you're on YouTube watching, shout out to you. If you're on Facebook watching, come join me on Twitch because I'm getting ready to end it on Facebook really, really quickly soon. And you won't be able to see me live. So yeah, it's scrolling across the bottom. Follow me on Twitch. But yeah, so I don't know. It's just one of those things where I feel like friends. It's one of them things you have to lay out on the table at the beginning when you dating somebody and when y'all getting ready to take it past dating and having a monogamous relationship. You got to just lay it out and be like, okay, look, I don't mind you having friends, or I do mind you. And if somebody do mind, you got to figure out, okay, well, what is it about me having a friend of the opposite sex that bothers you? And then, like she said, if it's about insecurities, then why are you so insecure? If I'm with you, you should be very secure. You should be insecure in knowing that if I'm with you, I'm with you.
I think if that conversation was at the beginning of the relationship and you guys, they were okay with it then, and then if you're in the relationship and all of a sudden they're not okay with it anymore and you discuss it, that's not right either because they were okay with it at the beginning and nothing's
Right.
changed, you know?
Yeah. And a lot of people do that. They'll say, "Oh yeah, I'm okay with it," and then realize they can't handle it. They can't handle it. It's like, "Oh, this might be too much. My wee little heart can't do it." I don't know what they have going on. Hey, April. What's up, April? Hey, yo, Mika. What's going on, you guys? Yeah, so we just on here having a little 1 hour girls talk. So this is something that I have been doing this in the past on X Spaces or Twitter Spaces and kind of stopped doing it for a while. So we getting ready to bring this thing back, and we're gonna be doing it on YouTube and on Twitch. So if you're not following me on YouTube, make sure you follow me on YouTube. If you're not following me on Twitch, you need to make sure you follow me on Twitch because only showing it on Facebook so that you guys can see that I'm doing it and you want to come and follow because I'm not going to be doing it live on Facebook. So if you want to catch me live and interact with me live at any point, you got to be following me on somewhere other than just Facebook. Okay. Hey, April, I'm doing good. So anything you want to talk about tonight, Crystal? Because I don't know. What do you think about this whole Cassie stuff, man? Did Cassie leave you speechless like me?
I think it's all crazy.
I
Today's
just
kind of was
think,
boring. Last week was more entertaining, but a lot of the details of their freakouts was last week and all the stuff with the baby oil and things.
oh yeah. Look, Thinker say Cassie a freak. Yeah. And Cassie is past a freak. I don't even know. I don't even have the words. Like, and then I saw something the other day where somebody said they was going through analyzing Diddy's lyrics to some of his songs. There was a lyric in one of the songs where he basically said when he done, he giving the leftovers to Cassie. I was like, yo, I forgot what song it was. It's a lot, man. I don't know.
Do you think
I
that the charges being like it's racketeering and human trafficking and all that, or do you think it goes to more to domestic violence so far?
it seemed like more of a domestic violence situation to me. I feel like everybody who was a part of a freak off was voluntarily a part of it. Like I haven't seen anything that would tell me, oh, somebody was forced to be a part of a freak off. Because if you was forced to be a part of the freak off, then get that man his money back. I bet you can't because you done spent it all. You see what I'm saying? Oh, whoever paid you, get them their money back at this point. So it's like a think of say, do y'all really remember any of Cassie's music? If so, how much? Just me and you.
One song?
I've been waiting. Think I wanna make that move. Nah, that's about it. I don't know no other song. Did she even have a whole album? I don't even
I
know.
don't know.
I just know that one
I don't
song.
think so. That's the only song I know too.
I just know that one song, and I know she was in a movie. She was in what, maybe a couple little movies with some little cameo appearances, and that was about it. I don't remember nothing else. I don't. She probably was in more events, walk around with Diddy than she did anything else in this world. Yeah, that tells a lot about her talent, because I don't know what she did other than that one song. Let me see. Do she got any other song? Let me see what Google say. Does Cassie have more than one song? More than one hit song? No, they lying. It's talking about she had more than one. She had several hit songs. I ain't never heard of
Which
nothing.
ones?
It says she had a single called Cassie off of her debut album. She had something called Simple Times. Simple Things, and something called Motivate, all which reached number one on the Billboard Hot 100. I don't remember none of them songs. What Billboard was this? Was this in America? This couldn't have been America's Billboard. Yeah, no,
I
no,
don't remember
no,
any of
no,
those.
thinker. Look, thinker talking about, no, we can't play it. Yeah. I don't know none of these songs. This time she got a song with Lil Wayne called Official Girl. And she got another song called Long Way to Go. I don't know nothing of these songs. I know Me and You. That's all I know. I don't know nothing else. And how old is Cassie? She got to be young, right? I don't even know how old she is. Oh, she is. Oh, she's 38. She's 38. So she been dealing with Diddy since she was what? When she started dealing with him? When she was in
I think
her.
she started dating him when he was 22. When she was 22.
So dang, pretty much most of her whole little beginning adult life. That's crazy. But I feel like she I don't know. I feel like she did go through some trauma. I feel like she was victimized. I do feel like she was victimized, but I also feel like I don't know. It's hard because it's like you want to throw a lot of accountability on her, but then it's also like, man, she went through a lot. Look, somebody on Facebook say her talent was entertaining men and other men by selling her pee and getting golden showers, and now she want to scream sexual assault and abuse. Cassie, get the hell out of here. She and
Oh my god.
she and A with his. Yo, listen, and that's what I be wanting to be like. Yo, look, cause I'm like, If this is what they want to lock people up for, you know how many people would be in jail right now? You know how many people will be locked up right now for freak offs if this was really a crime? That's crazy. Hell, I might find myself behind bars fooling around the freak off. Lord have mercy. That's crazy. This is like literally basically saying, hey, don't be a freak unless you want to risk getting locked up. Don't go out of the state with your partner and have sex. Yeah, don't go have sex across the state line.
Don't pay for no one's flights to come see you.
Yeah, you want to come see me, you gotta pay. Look, don't pay for nothing. Are you going to jail? That's what it seemed like. You can't do nothing now. All they could say is trafficking. That's crazy. Who knew? Who knew that getting flued out was gonna be considered sex trafficking? Look, think of talking about don't charge chicken sandwiches. Well, listen, it ain't charging chicken sandwiches if you using points. Look, let me see how many points I got in my app right now. Who need a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A? Sure.
Lisa said, I'm gonna get my freak on, period.
Hey, Freddie talking about I be trafficking for Chick-fil-A. Hold on, let me see. Oh, I got 1,018 points. Let me see. How many chicken sandwiches that is? Let me see. Sure. Oh, that's only about one chicken sandwich right now. They 800 points. Yeah. I can't but trick off on but one chicken sandwich. Sure, but if you want to get fancy, you could go on and get you a deluxe. You look for 1,000 points, you can get you a spicy or regular deluxe. Man, y'all crazy. Y'all gonna leave me alone about my chicken sandwiches, okay? Anywho, yeah, I think Cassie, I don't know. I feel like, I know they say she took a immunity. So that's why she able to just talk so freely about what actually really happened. But do you think her talking about it and taking the immunity, do you think it's also, you think there are a lot of people that it's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way? Because, when you think Cassie, you ain't thinking nasty, freak. Like, when I used to think of Cassie, I'm like, oh, she's so sweet, she's so cute. Now I'm like, girl, what? I guess it be the quiet ones.
Well, my question is, why are they doing it now? Because she's really pregnant? Is that why they thought it was a perfect opportunity to do this? Because
I think
her on the
so.
stand being really pregnant makes her look like a victim even more.
Yeah, I think so, because it seems like because you saw what they had in the transcripts today when they was going back and talking about what was said. They were saying if they entered something into question, they would have to bring her back on the stand, and it might not be possible to bring her back on the stand because she could be due like any day now. She's about to hit that 37, 38 week mark. So it's like Lisa talking about Oprah free. Yo. Oh Lord, I don't even want to think about Oprah being no freak, Lisa. Jesus. Don't do that. But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I think it's making her look more of like a victim. Well, she is a victim, but the victim turned into the victimizer. Because she started doing the same thing to other people that was being done to her. Khadijah gal. Khadijah boy.
Oh, I gotta. Hey, what's
You
up?
unmuted.
I haven't even set up the
Oh, you good.
the thing picture and all of that. I'm prepared. Good evening.
Oh, you good. Hello. We just
Hi,
on here
Khadijah.
talking about We talking about Cassie and her escapades, her I guess it's a
Pescatade.
pescapade. Whatever she was doing over there.
The
I don't know.
pissy case. This is the recap of the pissy case.
But do y'all remember the story with the one girl who was saying she went to a Diddy party? Like he picked her out to come to a party and all this stuff, and what she seen in there and stuff. And some people were saying she was lying, but then she had pictures to prove it. I'm gonna see if I could find it. I forgot what, but she was basically saying like she was at the Diddy party and she got there and she seen it all. Like they picked her to go in the house and everything. Let me see.
Was that the video Freddie was showing today?
I missed it. You know, I was doing stuff all day.
Because I think, and if it is that video, she wasn't at a freak off. She was just at the party. But I don't know if it's the same one.
Girl, let me see. I'm trying to see. No, it was this was, I think this is it right here. Let me see. Because she was on a documentary. She was talking about it on one of the documentaries. I think this is it right. Because she was talking about how she saw underage girls and like underage girls at the freak offs. I'm trying to see because it's a longer version. But I see the short one. I might just play that one. But I'm like, man, hold on, let me see. Let me just play this one. Not Khadijah hit the wrong button. All right, let me see.
And Diddy. New reports today claim he spent up to $500,000 per event, which included the mainstream part.
Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Diddy.
And for the lurid after party, even having hundreds of mirrors mounted on the walls and ceilings at one event, everywhere you looked was sex, said the party planner who spoke to Page 6.
I was at I believe to be one of P. Diddy's freak-offs.
Now, singer-songwriter Tania Wallace told TMZ's Harvey Levin for the Tubi special, The Downfall of Diddy, Inside the Freak-Offs. She believes she witnessed underage victims at one of Diddy's 2018 parties.
I'm looking like, are those midgets? Because people were it's people over them. Like, it's people trying to hide what they're doing.
Adults who are little people, or are you talking about minors?
Am I going to get in trouble? I don't want to say I witnessed any of that crazy stuff, but we all have common sense. Little people. It's not supposed to be there.
You're talking about underage people.
It's a shame.
Is this woman, Tania, is she really saying that there were minors involved in these freak-offs?
That is exactly what she's saying, Billy. Now, as for what they were doing, she never really could get a clean look at it. She said there was a wall of adults encircling them who clearly didn't want everyone at the party to see what was happening there. She said when she saw this scene with the younger people, that it was about 7 a.m. and that the party had been going all night.
Did anyone ask her why didn't she leave, and what was she doing?
She was there as the guest of a Saudi prince. Why she didn't leave, I don't know what time she left. I agree with you that once you see something like she's describing, that's the time to tip out the door.
Or call the FBI. I mean,
or call the FBI, exactly. But you know, that's the other thing that we've heard from a lot of people who've been involved in parties with Diddy, that there are NDAs that are signed, and you walk out and you feel like, I can't say anything to anyone.
Today, Diddy's lawyer calls Tania's claims completely and categorically false. In brand new court documents, he insists the government has been leaking information suggesting falsely that he engaged in wrongdoing with underage victims, insisting there are none.
I love y'all so much.
We love you too.
And just a week after we heard his voice from jail for the first time on the phone with his kids,
I'm happy. Thank you, y'all, giving me this call. Thank you very much. I love y'all.
All right, so do you think that girl? Because I watched that documentary that was on Netflix. I did watch that one. And she talked about that whole experience. Like, she was there with a Saudi prince, and she was saying how when she got to the party, it was early in the morning. She's like, they left a club and they went to Diddy's house. It's 7 a.m. and people is like partying. They outside at the pool, they in the house, people naked, people ain't naked. Some people look like they passed out, sleeping, drunk, drug, all kind of stuff. And then she was saying in the documentary how she was like given this, she was told or some kind of thing they did to tell her, oh, you could go in the house. Anybody who went in the house, those are the ones who became a part of the freak off. And she was saying, you know, she went into the house and she started describing all the stuff she saw in the house. And it was a whole different vibe from what was going on outside. And this was 7 a.m. in the morning. So she's saying she saw some kids. Now, you think Diddy doing it like that? You think this somebody that they possibly could bring in the stand as a witness to something? Or is she just trying to get clout, fame, or whatever?
I don't think they can because she said she saw little people and she didn't know what really it was. She didn't know
No,
if it
she
was like
said little people. Well, she didn't want to get in trouble by saying certain stuff. So when she said little people who weren't supposed to be there, she was talking about kids, minors. She just didn't want to say minors, like she didn't want to actually implicate it with the wording. But she was definitely talking about minors. It's another one. Who, Misha? Who is Misha? Yeah, she meant kids. And if you guys want to chime in, I do have a link. Hold on, I'm gonna post the link. Anybody that's watching, and I'm definitely gonna be able to vet you before you come on here. Uh-oh. Now Krista gone.
Now she done abandoned us. But I'm here and I'm just basically getting a recap, Lady Bird. You said they were kids at this event. This girl said that she seen some little people or she saw kids. What was the word?
No, she basically said she didn't want it. He asked her, was it midgets? And she said no. She said it was little people who weren't supposed to be there. If you a midget, you just a midget or a little person that's, you know.
Midget is an adult.
But no, she said
But
it was a little. She said there were people, they weren't supposed to be there. That's telling me minors.
Mm-hmm. But there is photos of these kids at these parties that he be hosting, underage kids there, and those are his.
Oh,
kids.
that's who Allie Carter. Remember, I was saying Thinker earlier before. I was like, who is Allie Carter? Because I kept seeing that name, Allie Carter. And Allie Carter is the one girl. Isn't she the? Let me see.
Oh, I don't
Who
put
is
the
Allie
damn
Carter? Allie Carter. Hold on, let me see something.
So are they going to be witnesses then in the trial? Because I feel like if that's something that happened and it's true, then why wouldn't they be at the trial saying it? Because that's crazy. That's crazy to have kids there.
Yeah, that's why I say unless it's a part that they're gonna release. Hold on, let me see. And where, you know what? Hold on, let me go look. I don't even think my Discord open. Hold on, oh.
So who is this in the video here? Those are his kids? Aren't those his kids? Yeah, those are his kids.
You say what? Yeah, that's when he called them from jail saying happy birthday and all that. Like they was telling him happy birthday because he spent his birthday in jail. Hold on, I'm trying to see. Da, 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 da. It must be way up here, child. Diddy victim from viral photo reveals identity, tells all part one. Hold on, but where's the?
And was this around the time he was with
Oh,
Cassie, or when was the date
oh,
that
I
they said
see
that
it.
the
Hold
kids
on.
were there?
Oh, so this is Allie Carter that's talking. I thought Allie Carter was white, so she black. Oh, she's black. I didn't. Oh, hold on. Let me see. It's two girls. Okay, I saw that one. Let me pull this one up because I think this the one. Okay.
These freak off parties, they're not freak off parties. There's a lot that happens. There's life size wheels that people attach children to and spin it and decide who's having in what way. There are so many
Wait,
things.
what?
There's
Wait, what?
there's party favors, and I'm talking
Yeah, I'm like, what the
like a
hell?
little birthday bag, like when you go to a birthday party, and before you can leave, you can take one of those little birthday bags off the table, and then there's toys and like all this stuff for coming to the party. Yeah, instead of that, there's children. They call them party favors. How do you think the kids are doing? You hear the adults saying that they were on liquid IVs after the parties. You hear how many toys they pulled out of his house. I told y'all how many times that the Playboy is connected to houses. The tunnels connect to homes that connect to really big places, especially the Playboy. A lot of you guys are starting to hear that now.
Watch video know, hearing some of the things that Cassie said in court and listening to Ali Carter, you guys might realize that even though some of these things sound exaggerated, these are things that are happening. Because I want you guys to remember that Ali Carter.
Don't you
Wait,
think
hold
that this would
on.
be a part of the human trafficking case, though, if this happened?
Right.
Like,
That's why I'm like, because she said, did you hear what she said? She said there's tunnels going to, what she said is tunnels going to the Playboy mansion. So does Diddy live, like, does he have homes that are not far from the Playboy mansion?
I don't
Like,
know. I just think that it's crazy to have those allegations towards him, but it's not in the case because I feel like the prosecution would have used that if it was concrete, if they could have.
man, because now I'm sitting here like, wait. And she said they had wheels, like life-size wheels that they would pin you on. And
Yeah,
I'm
they put the
thinking,
kids on there.
you know those big little wheels that you can see where people be on them and they be spinning.
Yep, they put them babies on there and then they spin them and then they use them as party favors. That's sick.
Like
Damn,
what?
that's just sick. Man, this is shit. So
Oh,
why
thinking
they
that
ain't
there
use this
are a
as the
lot of
human
people.
trafficking in the case, like Krista was saying? That's what they should be using that. But isn't today just day 6? And then they
Yeah,
somebody's
today
pinning
is day
him.
6.
They're
Yeah.
pinning him to the because I wasn't really on the live today to follow, but from what I'm hearing is they're pinning him to the RICO case now after what the girl done opened her mouth with this now they're gonna say yes, like trying to make it a RICO case. But so
But I
far
thought
I'm
they
just
was
hearing
already making them the RICO.
domestic violence and basically sexual abuse because that's just what it is. She's getting beat up,
Yeah.
while she getting her ass bust in, but she the one said she want pee in her mouth. So know.
Look, she want
DJ.
a little pickle juice in her mouth.
She wanted that pickle juice in her mouth. Like that, So,
Look, Lisa talking about did it Rico Suave. Yo.
Wait.
Man.
oh man.
And then hold on. You said what's the other? Hold on. Y'all know Nancy Grace be on it, boy. Let me see what Nancy Grace talk about. Yeah. No, don't let it. You say is it good? What you say? Oh, child, she scratched the bump on her forehead. Oh, let me
But
see.
yeah, I
I
don't
love
know.
Nancy Grace. You
I'm
know,
not saying it. Come here.
Oh, go ahead. What you say?
Oh, I was saying I'm not saying I don't believe what the girl was saying, but people say crazy things all the time that aren't true. So I'd want to see like the evidence behind that because that doesn't. That's crazy. That's super crazy.
Right. You say,
Yeah,
oh,
where's
I'm
the
thinking
facts
somebody.
behind all of
Misha.
this?
I don't see Misha.
Oh, we
What
got
is
hood
Misha?
news.
Which one is Misha? Is Misha the one where it says, um, hold on. Is it the one that says, "Did it destroy me"? Is that's part two? Because I didn't even play part one. I didn't play part one. So do I need to play part one and then play part two? Let me see. Oh, there's no wait. There's two parts. There's a part one and part two. So, but you say only play part two. Okay, play part two first.
Yeah, she said play part 2 first.
Okay, so hold on, let me grab it. Hush, Carly. Hush, girl.
I was told not to come forward because I was gonna get killed.
You were talking about the baby oil as well.
I was told not to come forward because I was gonna get killed.
You were talking about the baby oil as well. At some point, you kind of got hooked on what he was giving you. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I was hooked on it. It was to the point where if he didn't give it to me, like I was spazzing out for it. Like I was hooked on it. I remember doing a threesome with Kim Porter, and I remember him having us in the room, and I was telling her I was in love with him too.
What's up, peeps? Many of you have seen part one of my exclusive interview with Misha, a victim of Diddy, the viral young lady that was featured in all the pictures that's been circulated all over the internet. This is part two of the shocking exclusive interview.
Now, peeps, I sat down for the most exclusive interview of 2024. Body Diddy's lap in the studio when she was even younger. Now, hear her story for the very first time. We've heard stories of her abuse by famed actress Jennifer Lopez. She details her abuse by Diddy and other Hollywood elites. She fought back tears as we sat down for her heartfelt story. Now, this is definitely an interview that you don't want to miss.
The following content is the exclusive intellectual property of The Lionel B Show. We strongly forbid any reproductions or reaction videos for the following content. Any violations or videos found will receive a copyright strike for use of said videos.
Well,
because after I got rescued the first time, I ended up running away back to him because when I told my grandmother the things he had me doing, like eating people and drinking blood, they just, every time I act bad, she just be like,
Wait, what?
oh, that blood and ate them people, you know what I'm saying? Like taunting me and being poor. I'd rather go back with these rich motherfuckers and let them do it to me than my family do it to me.
There's a lot in that statement that's crazy.
I know it's hard.
Wait,
I
she
know
said
it's tough.
eat people.
And drinking
These
blood,
people put
honey.
this stuff to me, and it's not allegedly. I would be going live, but I would be speaking this.
When did
My
she go on live
childhood
and say
friends,
this
they
though?
know what happened to
Recently?
me. You hear me? Like, who gonna help me? Me, the black girl. You hear me? Who's gonna help me when the world look at me as shit, scum? Cause I'm black, and I'm a woman at that. I'm beneath, I'm lower than everything. You hear me? Like, who is gonna help me? And I don't know what my granny used to always tell me. Even when P. Diddy did something and got the house foreclosure where we were living and we had to move, they were mad saying it was all my fault.
So you said house in foreclosure. What house was that?
It went on foreclosure. We always lived on Section 8, but we lived in nice houses. And they was telling her that they was been trying to offer her 75,000 since then. They've been trying to offer her money. And she never took the money.
Your grandma, right? That's who you,
Yes. She never took the money, but we ended up moving to the other part of Garland, Texas. And he was popping up over there like he found me. Like this shit was weird. It was weird. I went and lived with my daddy. I never seen him. When I was with my dad, I never seen him. When I came back home with my grandmother, she'd be like, go take out the trash. And this nigga in the front yard talking about his name is Antonio. And I'm like, P. Diddy? Antonio. Like, no. I was like, Antonio? He wanted me to say it the way he was saying it. Told me if I took off running, he was going to shoot me. And I remember Roger being there and they had the guns with the sawed off parts. I remember Roger being there for that part. I remember them coming to pick me up from my house.
Who
I
is
remember them buying my
Roger?
grandmother a Pontiac.
I'm so
She said it was a
confused.
2004,
Wait,
but a Pontiac.
Thinker,
I remember
what
them
is
buying her a
this?
car.
I'm lost,
And
Thinker.
he was like, is she in the house? She is
Thinker,
in the
pass
house.
me
She
the
in there. And she
microphone.
like, no, she not. But I remember my grandmother telling me to go get in the
Think you need to
closet.
come up here and
And they
explain
gave
what's
me
going
their
on.
car. And she was bragging to everybody
Yeah,
about how she got a
cause
car with
what?
0 miles. So I remember in 2012, while I'm speaking about this, 'cause I remember in 2012, when they was contacting me to come out there and see if I would have came out there, then they already told me they was gonna get R. Kelly first. They told me to come out there. Everybody's suing everybody so I can get my money, but I'm like, all this shit come with entities, come with dark entities because they had me in that cult. Um, they told me that they got my grandmother on video, and they told me that they got proof that because he bought me a house when I was young for me to stay, but I didn't want to stay with him. I didn't want to stay because hell no, why would I be a damn fool? But he wanted me to stay, but I think he would just wanted me to write music. You know what I'm saying? Just using me for that. He said he was gonna pop me out when I was 20, but I never stuck around to do anything because he had me doing illegal shit, had me in shootouts with him, had me snitching on people, and I'm high on that shit. Like I don't have no control of me. I don't have no.
you were talking about the baby oil as well. At some point, you kind of got hooked on what he was giving you. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I was.
I don't think I believe her.
I was hooked on it. It was to the point where if he didn't give it to me, like I was spazzing out for it. Like I was hooked on it. I was spazzing for it, like I was craving it. Like when I had got pregnant, like I remember Sarah telling him to keep me off of it so I can have that baby because I kept losing the babies. And she was like, you better keep her off the drugs because she said she wasn't doing another insemination where they take the eggs out of her and put it in me or whatever they did. She said she wasn't going through that pain again because it hurted so much. So
And who's Sarah?
I don't know her name. I don't want to say it wrong, but that baby Chance Combs, that's my baby. Even if it's not my egg, I carried that baby in me. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what?
Sarah Chapman. I don't know her name, but I remember her saying, "Look at her, she's ugly." Because I was in the bed, he had me high on that tranquilizer,
Whoa, wait.
and
You
he
carried
was like,
that
"She can't hear
baby?
you." Like she can hear us, and
That's
he was
what
like,
she
"No."
said.
She was all like, "I can't say that's my
It's not
baby."
her egg, but she carried the baby.
She was with some other dude. I remember him doing an interview. He was all like, Sarah had that baby. Sarah ain't never been pregnant. I was with her. Like somebody did an interview and like you know what I'm saying, exposing her that she was never pregnant.
Look,
She
you say that's all
took
cap.
my child for the lifestyle so she can live the lifestyle that she has. I remember doing a threesome with Kim Porter, and I remember him having us in the room, and I was telling her I was in love with him too. But at the time, he made me go by April. So while I'm on these airplanes and I'm flying, they got me as April Fuller. She knew me by April. I remember it was all the men's or whatever. I remember telling
So Sarah was pregnant.
what's her name?
Freddie?
Kamora Lee Simmons.
Was
Yeah.
Sarah?
I remember telling
pregnant?
her like it was like a ritual, whatever they did with me. I remember
She
telling her
makes
she was
believes
mad at
anything
me
anyone
too.
says. Look at him. Because
I
the egg
remember
was
telling
taken
her
out of
like,
Sarah
all
and
the
put
men
in the
had sex
girl.
with me.
You believe
But
that,
I
huh,
remember
Banks?
telling Kim everything that happened to me, and she was happy that she
That's
never
what I'm
went
saying. She said it was
with him
artificial.
because he was trying to get her to go
It
with
was
him.
artificial insemination.
So Kim and Kimora knew everything that you was going through,
Freddie say Sarah was
and
pregnant
that you
with
were
her own
underage as
baby.
well.
Because I told her, and she was all like, "Oh my God!" She started crying. It was too late. She was talking, and then it was just crazy because he squirted oil in her
Believe
mouth,
this?
and then she just
This is the
kind of
story.
turned into a demon. Like he had control over her ass. And I remember when we did the threesome, she strapped me down, but she was anal leak, so that shit hurted, and he had his in my mouth, and they making out. Yeah, it happened.
I'm
It wasn't
so
allegedly.
confused.
It happened. I was there when she was pregnant with them twins. She had a white headband on it. We both pregnant at the same time. She had a white headband on her head, cause she was fighting him and stuff. You know, he was telling her because he was having me in public, and she was the one to tell him, "You
So
need to
where's
stop
her
having
proof
her
for
in
all
public."
this? Because she's just talking
And then
now.
that's when he started locking me in the tunnels and taking me to
But
the
I
Playboy
mean, she
Mansion
do
or
got
hide me at
pictures
Bill
where
Cosby
she
house,
was
but he'll
with
move me
him
to
a
the
lot.
tunnels. And the tunnels were in his room, and it was
So the
under the
FBI
rug,
didn't
but where
find
his
the
bed is on
tunnels.
top of. But that's the entrance way to get in the
How the
tunnels. You know what
tunnels
I'm
in the
saying?
room and the FBI
I can
ain't found
describe
the
the room I
tunnels? Did
was
the
in.
FBI find the tunnels?
I remember one of
But did you remember when the
King
brother,
Combs'
when the
friends
son
coming to the
said that
house or
they hit
whatever,
the other house?
and I remember him he thought it was a restroom, and then he came in there, and I was scared, and he was looking at me, and I was like, "Shh, don't say nothing." I pushed him out. Like, don't say nothing. Don't say you talk to me. Because every time I spoke to someone in the house I had no business speaking to, I got my ass beat. The day I gave birth, before that, I've been pregnant. I've been there 2003, 2003, that summer, 2004, 2005. I didn't make it back home to 2006.
Oh wow.
And I didn't even know I was gone that long. So I left in the 9th grade, and I came back. Everybody in the 11th grade. I'm still in the 9th grade.
Now you just to confirm, you were the one that had the D&G tank top on, correct?
Yes, I was. Dawn saw me in the studio. She saw me. I put her in the documents. She saw me. Everybody I named, they saw me. Cassie saw me when Cassie was running. Cassie was mad because she had to watch him fuck me on some, and she ran off with that motherfucking money. And that's money in that duffel bag she was running with.
Oh, so she
You
was.
talking about in the hotel where she's
So
getting beat?
you say
Yeah,
she was in the
that
hotel
like it's
room.
old. Like she got beat. Like they just now putting the stuff out, but that's money that he keep in that duffel bag. She was trying to run with that money. I gave birth.
Is that what was in the
When he got
duffel
me
bag?
pregnant the very first time. He was trying to hide it from Kim, and I remember she was mad, hurt. I don't think she ended up moving out or being mad or something happened like that. And I remember he was mad at me, taking out on me, but he always had sex with me, but he never let me take baths. So everybody we have threesomes would be like, she stinks.
He also made you use the bathroom on yourself as well on stage, right?
Yeah, because we at this party. I'm not sure which party, because all these parties, when I think about it, everything is a blur, and it's like I'm on the stage, I'm dancing, everything like going fast. Like, have you ever seen a movie and everything like spinning? Okay, well, I was with another guy. Aretha Franklin gave me and this other guy that wanted to come on as a ghostwriter for Diddy. He gave both of us. She gave both of us. We thinking it's BCP powder because the nigga done gave us tranquilizer and the champagne, in the stuff. So me and him, we drink the coke, and she looking at us like I ain't never seen nobody drinking before. And we looking like we thinking it's BCP powder, but it was cocaine. So after we ate it like BCP powder, we had to shit instantly, and I couldn't find no restroom, and I was like walking around every time I went in the restroom. It was like everybody's everywhere. I couldn't use it, so he found
Wait,
me, and I had to
you
use it. I said I
drank
gotta
the
use the
crack?
restroom. So I don't give a fuck about you. Have to use the restroom. Get on the stage, and he made me get on stage. I'm up there dancing and shit, and I could not hold it. It's not funny, but I was up there dancing, and I'm telling him I gotta use it. Please let me use it. And he's like, no, keep dancing. So I on
Oh,
everybody.
damn.
And I'm up there just steady dancing, got my hands waving. Everybody, I'm looking around. Everybody looked at me disgusted. So I'm just still on the stage. He laughed. He put me in a room. Before he pulled me in that room, beat my ass, told me I ruined his party. I always got my ass whooped for ruining his parties. So at that point, he didn't let me come to the parties. I just had to come to the after parties type shit. I remember Denzel saying that you ain't got no respect for nobody, but I think some shit hit him and his wife. Like splurged on him. It sputtered on a lot of people, and everybody was looking at me like, this bitch stink. This bitch nasty.
Not Denzel
But
was at
nobody
the party.
can help me.
That's deep right there.
Denzel, you was at the party.
Nobody
I
helped
got
me.
questions.
You also mentioned when you were on that table that somebody from New Edition was interacting with you as well. Who's
Yeah,
that?
Michael Bivins. Like they was like, I don't know what they had doing, but he had them like worshiping my body. And I was on the table and he was like, I was scared because I'm still thinking about the first time when they did that. You remember I told you about the champagne bottles? I'm glad that happened when I was young. And I remember J-Lo was at that party. She had a baby blue dress, and I was like, I don't want to be around her. I was scared. I'm scared of her. Like I was scared of her from how she did me when I was younger, all the stuff that she did. And I'm not gonna just say everything that the lady did to me, but all the stuff that she
I don't
did to
know.
me,
I
I
might
was
believe
scared of
her
her.
a little bit.
So I told
One of the things she did was with the broken bottle, right? That's
yeah, and he had me feeling like I was his girlfriend. So I would talk to her crazy. You know what I'm saying? Disrespect her. So when it came time
She
for
definitely
them, when
connected to
rich people
dots.
get together and they got money and they bored, they do some up shit. Like they do real up shit. I remember seeing a white guy fucking a fish.
A fish?
It was just so much.
He said
That night,
a fish?
he was over me and he was like saying something to whatever he was, and he was pouring the wax on me, and he was squeezing my nipples like they were pinching my nipples, and I didn't move, but tears was rolling out my eyes. Like it's a picture where my face is turned this way, and
See,
I
babe,
know that
she
I'm
was the
crying. They got a
one on the
square on my
table.
face.
Was you not?
I'm just yelling. I'm
She
13
the
in the
one that
picture.
was
Like I'm
on
like,
the table
"Ee,"
covered in
on the picture. It's
food.
like that. Um,
That was her. She was the girl on the
I
table.
remember he
Okay?
snatched me off that table, put me in a dark room, and then I woke up again being anal, and it was like the whole party was fucking me. Like when I come to, they looking at me like, when I look at certain celebrities, they looking at me like, oh, this eyes open. Like I guess my eyes were closed, and then they end up putting a blindfold, so it was dark. But I saw a couple of celebrities, but before they put that blindfold on me, I looked over to Miss English, and I see her getting fucked, and she just laying there drooling like, I see her getting fucked.
Miss English? Who is
And,
Miss
so
English?
both of y'all was out of it while they were taking advantage
yeah,
of
and it was
y'all.
just us two.
You and Adria. You say English. You meet Adria. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to say her name wrong because I've been calling her mom name, Adria. That's what I've been calling, but it's Adria. Adrian. How you say it?
Yeah. Hers is Adria. I think her mom is Adrian.
Yeah, Adria. I've been seeing her. She told me I call her Cherie Riri, but she used to go by Sasha. But Adria, she's laying on the table, and I see her having Guinness, and like it's the list when it's like 100 to 200 people. All the people had messed with us.
Wait a minute. So over 200 people slept with y'all
And
in
one
one
night,
day?
in one night.
Wow.
Yes, I was sore. Yes, I'm happy to have kids because they were sticking knives and not that necess not that time, but other times like Allie Carter, she got me hip. She was telling me to make myself wet because it's like another part of the after party to the after party where the people in there and they're dressed up in their awards like gowns and stuff and suits. And if they don't want to have sex with the kids, they got to do something to the kids.
Mm.
So one person shitted on the floor. It's like, I don't have nothing to wipe my ass with. Nasty bitch shitted on the floor. And like, they'd be like, lick it,
Oh hell
What?
no.
rub it on your body. One
So,
person
Lady Bird,
squirted on the
I looked
floor.
this up
They know who the
and it
they
says
is.
that she
One person
isn't telling
squirted
the
on the
truth.
floor. I don't want to just bring out everybody
Is
mother
she not
name, but
telling the
all this is
truth?
gonna come out. One
Yeah,
person squirted
I
on the
guess
floor.
after she did this interview,
Hold
she
on.
And you
cleared
have
up.
to lick it and you have to
You said what?
After she did this interview, she made a statement to clear up some things. And she said, I would like to apologize for the misleading information about the DNG shirt photo. I knew that me coming out saying that was me in that photo was wrong and that's someone else's case. She said, I want to apologize to the Jane Doe victim. I never said that was her story was my story. So she's saying that's not her really in that photo. She just said it was. And then this lady has a
Yeah,
whole
she just said
website
it.
saying that there's a lot of inconsistencies in her story with the facts.
Oh, so thinker. Thinker, 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 thinker. I don't know, man.
I don't know. It's
She
weird.
didn't.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, Thinker saying that she
That's
said that
weird.
because got paid. She got paid off. They paid her
Yeah,
out.
they probably pay her out to shut her mouth. Cause
to
how
rub it on your body.
Dang.
And if they
how the
didn't want to do
grandma
that,
got the
they get a
pony at?
stick, like a wooden stick, and it's like kind of round. At the, like you know how the broom is, the wooden sticks that you get from the store, and either they beat you upside your head with it, or they stick it in your pussy, your ass.
Mm.
And all this, it gave me a tilted. I had a normal cervix. All this stuff that happened to me in my life gave me a tilted cervix. Like my cervix tilted. Like I'm happy I can still hold kids and have children. You know what I'm saying? But like people like Allie Carter, they fucked her up. She can't have kids.
So the people that was doing this to you, it was men and women, or just men?
Men and women and children. They had everybody. I remember Ray J was there. Ray J was there. Everybody that's coming out like, yeah, I was there.
They
I
said
seen
he
stuff.
missed the
Yeah.
freak out. She
All
didn't
y'all
know
better
nothing about
tell
the
the
freak out.
motherfucking
So now
truth.
she's saying Ray
Like
J
people
was
trying to
there.
save Diddy,
Ray
and
J
then they
said
was
he was
saying
mad. He ain't
2012,
know.
everybody was coming to the club and like and talking to me, acting like they didn't know who the fuck I was, and everybody know who the fuck I was. You know
The guy from that TV show, he was. Did he take part in that as well?
which one?
The white guy. You ain't got to say
That's
his
what they
name, but
saying, Rhonda.
he's a very famous white guy that was on a show from back in the day where one of the guys got arrested for something.
How he look?
He's married now, and his wife is an actress as well.
Yeah, yeah. He was there. He was there. He was there when the brown babies kept getting out.
So he took part in all of that too.
Yeah, yeah. He was there. Yeah, yeah. He was there. 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 Even they didn't off that other boy. They were trying to sick me on him. Aaron, the one that died.
Aaron Carter?
Yeah, he was there.
Now, you talked about as well Justin Bieber. Tell us a little bit about the Justin Bieber situation and what happened with that.
It goes in and out, but what I do remember is that he had a couple of the young celebrities ain't no fuck me. They all like ran a train on me or whatever. And then like the next day, I was like, they hurt me. Like I was telling him like they hurt me, and he was like, you want to hurt them back, don't you? And I was like, yeah, because P Diddy claimed I was the first person to strap him down.
and he'd be like harder, harder. Like he wanted me to pal. Like it's like I can't pal
You
drown.
talking about when you say strap? You mean like pegging?
Yeah, peg him. Yeah. So he put me on a thing and like he made me peg him. And then like I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? And he made me do it. Like, do it. Slapped me like do it. So shit, I just went hard because it's either me or you, nigga. You did it to me yesterday. I guess you take it today. All that happened. He had him doing all type of stuff.
Justin Bieber did something to you, so he made you do something back to Justin.
Justin Bieber.
So they was he like restrained down on the ground, or like how did that?
It was like a little circle autumn. I remember him laying like that on the autumn.
Well, she was the Jane Doe lawsuit that got dropped.
It was like a circle autumn. It was on. It happened on.
Ottoman type of thing.
Yeah. He was on that, and Diddy's talking shit while he recording. And he was like, "Oh, please stop. I'm sorry." He was yelling, "I'm sorry." I remember that, and I didn't want to do it no more. But Diddy slapped me and was like, "Keep going until you nut." And he used to make me peg people until I squirted. And he was like, "If you don't squirt, you keep
Bieber
going."
said he was never abused. Do you believe that though?
I remember that. That
I feel
it's
like
not something. That's not something to glorify. It's not something that I want to remember. Like my dude, hopefully he don't leave me because he never knew none of this stuff that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? And
But it's his first time hearing everything.
yeah, and when I was like, "Oh my God, that's me on his lap," but he don't want to hear no stories. You know what I'm saying? He mad I'm doing this interview right now. He don't want to hear no stories.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure most guys don't, just regular guys, they don't want to hear they girl.
You feel powerless.
So what made you decide to come forward and share your story?
When I saw Mr. Williams on TV saying, if you had anything to do with this, you got to come forward. But it's like I've been trying to come forward, but I can't. I even called the FBI. I can't get nobody to take my case because I've been drugged out my mind that I don't know the times and dates. The nigga never letting me know. So he did a good job with not letting me know what time it was or what day it was. You know what I'm saying? I can't regulate what day, what year. I just remember everything that happened to me. I remember the last year when I left. And it was because I didn't want to breastfeed that baby. And his mama came in there, his mama Amy, whatever you want to call her, she came up in there squeezing my breasts like she used to do it like a cow. Like I felt like they were milking me like a cow, and I slapped it old. And I remember her, "Oh, you done stop." And she instructed a big ass person to escort me outside, put me outside that gate. So I was outside with all the other groupies that be coming on that damn bus that be trying to get up in there to get some money. She had me outside. I remember I was outside for a couple of days because I think Diddy was on tour. He gone or something, but I was trying to I remember knocking on the neighbor's door and they was like, "Stop knocking on my door." Like, it's like nobody helped me in that situation. That was like a real traumatic time. And I really hated myself because I left behind my baby. Even if people would be like, "Well, that was a baby." When I was taking that long walk, a homeless person gave me their sandals, like some thong sandals. A homeless person gave me some shoes. Wow. And I gotta see that way. That it just hurt break me down because I be dreaming about my baby. She was so beautiful when she was born, and I just dream about my baby. This the baby that haunts me in my sleep, and Some was all like, "You just gonna leave her?" And I just felt so helpless. So when
He's
I got
talking
to the
about the
police,
baby that's
somebody
like
picked me up
not her
and he
egg,
told me to
right? That she
say
gave birth to,
Roger
she's
Bonds
saying?
gave me everything.
What baby she talking about?
Which was Gene, and
I
I
think it's
tried to
the
reach
one
out to
that
Gene,
they put
and
the
I
egg
called
inside her.
him. He
It's not her
answered the
egg.
phone, but he told me like I'm crazy, like he don't know who I am, or I never told him none of this stuff happened. But Gene gave me a whole bunch of paperwork with my pictures that I turned into the Vegas police. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we need
They
to go
had the
on and write
documents
this
for
script right
Malcolm
now.
X. They had all that shit.
Who ready to make a movie?
I told them I wasn't giving them nothing
No,
unless
it's
they
a whole
called Mr.
movie.
Williams from New York, the detective, to come get my stuff, because before he was that, he was something else, you know? Before he was a U.S. attorney, he was something else, but he was high ranking. But he told me, I told him I didn't want to give them nothing, and he was looking at me like, you went back? Like, bitch, you went back after they damn near killed you, and we done removed the dick out your ass? And I was like, I just had to get proof. They was trying to send me back to Garland, and I was like, I'm not going back to Garland. Like, I was like, I want my baby. I'm in there steady yelling about a mother baby. So one of the police officers drove me back to Diddy's house. He had this Mohawk Diddy at the time. He had this big fur jacket on. And it had different. It was brown. It was black, but he had different prints in it. But I remember, like, on this side, it was like a cheetah print, like on like this part of him. Like, I remember the cheetah print or whatever. And I remember him coming outside, and he was all like, I was all like, my baby in there, and the mama had the baby. I said, see, she has the baby. And then he was all like, ma'am, this child is saying that the baby is yours. And he's sitting up there, he going hysterical, he's yelling with his mama because she put me out or whatever. And the mama was all like, she not the mother, she's the mother. So she went in the house, and Sarah came out, and she was like scared, like, I'm the mother of that child. I said, she didn't have that baby. I just had a scar on my stomach. I said, I had that baby. Look at her stomach, it's flat. Look at my stomach. And then my stomach looked like I just had a baby. It was black. And I still got the C-section on my stomach, and I had my child normal. I got records to prove I only got one child, but I was cut open at P. Diddy's house. The police, and she told Sarah admitted in her mouth, I swear for God, I see that guy, he can strike me down. That lady admitted from her mouth, and she said, okay, I didn't have that baby. She had it. I don't want to get in trouble.
Wait.
It's getting
Papa started
holy
going
in here.
crazy. The nigga opened up the bag. He was like, it's like $1 million, $500,000, baby. Here you go. Here you go, man. You be man. He gave the man the money. And then he was like, just please come in. Please come in. Come in. We can work this out. We can work this out. He was telling me to come back in. But I told the police I want my baby. He was like, you can have the baby, just come back in. So when he told me that, I was about to come back in. But when I turned back to the police officer and said, are you gonna come are you gonna come check on me tomorrow to make sure I'm alive, I'm okay? The man said no. And P. Diddy had this look on my face like, yeah, bitch, you know you done duh. So I said, I'm not going in there. And then he was like, well, they was trying to, both the police and him was trying to convince me type shit to go back in the house.
Because at that point, did he already
He already
paid off?
paid the money to the police. He pulled out that bottle. At this time, it's in a glass bottle. He kept it in like a glass bottle. He pulled that out the bag like, man, she just want this. Give her this. This is what she want. This is what she really want.
What was in the bottle that he
He
gave?
said it's caffeine and ecstasy, liquid ecstasy. And he was all like, it's against the law for you to be giving me this. Are you trying to bribe me? No, it's against the law. Like, he was like using police tactics on the nigga. And he was like, come on, man, baby. Come on, man, baby. You killing me, man. You get took all the money I got. That's everything I got right there in that bag. Next thing I know, this damn police officer got me in the back seat, hot in the motherfucker. I'm inside the mental hospital. I think the person that helped me out was Roseanne, the lady that was on the Roseanne show. That's her name?
Yeah, Roseanne Barr.
Yes. I was in there saying I'm really a child, and they just kept me on them they call them cocktail shots.
She was a patient in the
mental hospital.
Oh, damn.
She was a patient in the mental hospital, and she said, I'm going to help you. I'm going to get my lawyers to help you. And that's what helped me to get out. And they was like, what's your name? They kept shooting me up with that shit. So I'm like this, like slobbing with my mouth open. I'm slobbing with my mouth open the whole time. They
wait, she was in a
take me to
mental
court,
hospital?
and like it'd be like the FBI, the real people, and then somebody else coming there and they shooting me with it. Like they could have killed me. You know what I'm saying? And I remember them arresting a lawyer that I was with or somebody, because I ended up saying my social security number. Like, no, my social security number is this. And
damn, is she choking?
And
girl.
And I remember Mark, his lawyer he has now, the Mr. I don't know what do you do with $1,000 of I don't know what he doing with $1,000 of baby oil. I don't know. him, he came in and signed the paper to where the paper was fictional to where I seemed like I signed it to where I'm 17. And he had me sign the paper. He had me sign the paper saying I couldn't talk about the baby. I couldn't talk about anything I experienced. And they put a spit bag on my head. They took me I got transferred to Garland Police Station. My grandmother had to pick me up from the police station.
I don't know.
And I
How old
remember
is
Mark
your thinker?
shooting me with something in my neck. Like, he crooked. He will kill for that nigga. The nigga called me in
It can't be that
2012 telling
old.
me
Gotta
that
be less
he
than a
got
year
my
old.
videos of me auditioning. He got them hoes put up in a safe. I was told not to come forward because I was gonna get killed. I remember Roger Bonds calling me in 2012 telling me, yeah, your best bet is not to go out there because they are planning on killing you. So I never went to New York. And that judge lady, it was a female judge on the case at the time. She was calling me too. And like, it was to the point where they saying that the mob was going to look out for me. And it was the same guy that called Courtney called me and was like, all the bank people are here and you can come live here. And he was like, if they send you food, don't eat it. And I think I gave that box to the woman downstairs and she ended up catching ammonia. She ended up catching a cold.
Ammonia.
Like,
now she called ammonia.
I didn't eat it. I was like, I don't want that for the woman. I'll take it. She took that down. They sent me a box with stuff up in it.
Oh, little thing.
And I was like, I was like, hell no.
Ammonia.
But I think she ended up catching a cold. I got ammonia. So they like, you know what I'm saying? They were coming to the club. I remember Jaguar Wright and coming up to the club. I remember Homie G and all of them coming up to the club. And they was all like, did I snitch? Basically, I'm a snitch. I got to stand up behind what the I said. Everybody telling me to come testify. It was one. I remember one incident that happened to me.
You think they letting her testify? You think she
the group Jada Kiss? I don't know which men are. Jada Kiss, that's the rapper. But what was his group name?
The Locks.
Yeah, one of the guys in there, P. Diddy, had me, because he used me as an escort. P. Diddy had me give him a champagne bottle, and P. Diddy had me strap him down. And I remember being jumped by them niggas. I remember them niggas jumping me with some girls. Beat the shit out of me. I never forget that ass whooping. I never forget that ass whooping.
She got her money.
Wait, so the locks jumped you? The rappers, the Locks?
Yeah. Hit me like I'm a grown man. Beat the out my ass. I'll never forget that.
If somebody lying, you ain't.
I ain't gonna never forget it. I ain't gonna never forget it.
She must be telling.
All right, you guys. Make sure you guys stay tuned for part 3.
Look, Freddie talking about, man, if she got a payout, that means something about what she said was the truth. Because what would they get her payout for if she lying? Look, he's talking about wait part 3. I don't know, man. I don't know that I know part 3. That's crazy. That was a lot. That was a lot. And then
Not
they
the
released
band lady called
photos.
pneumonia.
They released photos of the sex workers in the freak off. Wait. Did y'all see their photos? That's crazy. They ain't got no tight, that's for sure. They ain't got no tight. They ain't got no thing. A lot of capping. Man, Freddie, you know what? I feel like you can't speak on the subject because you know a lot of people around this case. So I feel like you gotta just like sit over there and just be quiet. Oh, you my birthday twin, Rhonda. Hey.
That was crazy,
Look.
Lady Bird. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was a lot. Okay, shout out to the thinker for that little clip. Man, yeah, that's crazy. So man. But you say she's saying she was the one with that DG shirt on. But they never show her face. I think that's why everybody is kind of like tripping. because they never show her face. Hold on, I want to see what
What will it
this
take
one.
for us
I
to get
want.
her on the stand? Because she need to be on the stand,
Man, she
but she
got to
need to
give all
talk.
that money back.
She need her
But
story to
wasn't
fit.
Cassie paid too, and she still on the stand? That's why I'm confused.
Yeah, Cassie was paid, and she's still testifying. So why couldn't this girl testify though? That's what I don't get. Oh, because Cassie got immunity. But Cassie got immunity because her actions would have implicated her in the wrongdoing. This girl here is not being implicated in the wrongdoing. She's actually a victim, and she was an underage victim. Freddie said that girl lying. So you don't believe that girl carried that baby? That girl say she had that baby. She carried that baby. What
But she
Nancy?
got the eggs embedded in her.
Diddy raging over last week's Tootsie Roll reveal as a PR fail emerges.
Tootsie Roll.
Sean Combs' PR
Tootsie
team
Roll.
discovered actually paying off people outside the courthouse to wear free puffy t-shirts. Don Richard taking the stand, testifying that Sean Combs threatened we could die for speaking out and defending Cassie Ventura. This, as evidence reveals, depraved Diddy constantly carried a Louis Vuitton bag stuffed with cocaine, ecstasy, pot, horse tranquilizer, and Plan B birth control. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us.
Dang,
Greedy abuser that took part in heinous beatings and bizarre sex acts. Decades of abuse of women and so-called freak-offs. This is a day that's been long in coming. Will there be justice?
And I say Dirty Diddy going down. This is the case.
Dirty
Testimony
Diddy
pouring from the
going
witness stand all
down.
day long. And joining us outside the courthouse, Lauren Conlon, investigative reporter, star of Pop Crime TV. Lauren, thank you for being with us. Tell us what's going on in the courtroom.
Yes, Nancy, it started off pretty interesting this morning with Diddy's lawyers actually arguing that the case and the witnesses is becoming more of a gossip chamber of some sort. We also saw Dawn Richard finish her direct testimony and get cross-examined. And what's come into question, Nancy, is all of Dawn Richard's previous statements to the government as they appear to change. And we learned this when the defense came up to cross-examine her. And Dawn Richard actually admitted herself that her testimony has changed based on her memories. Specifically, after the skillet incident, she testified last week and today that Diddy and Harv Pierre, one of his Bad Boy Record executives, actually said to her that if she told, people go missing if they tell. And the defense pointed out that she had never said this to the government, and she admitted that, she didn't remember. So they are really trying to poke holes in her statement.
So Donna got some money too. They paying everybody off
And this is
to
Dawn
not tell the
Richard
truth.
recounting when Sean Combs actually beat Cassie Ventura in the head with a frying pan. Could you explain what happened?
Yes. So Dawn Richard first testified on Friday that she was recording music at Diddy's LA home with her bandmate. They were in this Diddy Dirty Money group, or Dirty Money. And Cassie was making eggs at the stove. Diddy came down the stairs, and she said that he attacked her or tried to hit her with his frying pan, and that Cassie appeared to go down in a fetal position, and then he dragged her up the stairs. Now, Dawn Richard, during her redirect with the government, after she was called out for changing her story, she said without a doubt that she knows that Diddy hurt Cassie. She was in the fetal position, and she saw her get dragged up the stairs. Dawn Richard testified that over time, her memory has gotten better because she wanted to suppress a lot of these bad memories from working with Diddy. She worked so hard to not remember them. And now, she's been working with the government to remember them.
Oh, okay. You suppressed your memories,
That
yes.
she had not used the words Diddy threatened that, or his hench person, that people disappear when they talk. What phraseology, if any, did she use when she was talking to the state?
She left that completely out, but said that Diddy said to her, "What you witnessed was passion. Cassie is okay." Carrie
Passion.
Morgan,
You beat me
Cassie's
with a
former
frying
best
pan,
friend,
and
was
that's
on the stand,
passion.
and she testified that after the March
Wait.
2016 incident, and this is crazy, she was at Cassie's house. Cassie walked in with the hood, a black eye, put her bag down, appeared to be extremely numb, and then about 30 minutes later, Carrie Morgan alleged that Diddy showed up outside the door banging on it with a hammer.
Rob Shooter is joining me, the PR publicist for Sean Combs, former PR guru for Sean Combs, and see everything went to crap when you left. Host of Naughty But Nice podcast and author of the 4-word answer. Rob Shooter, question to you. You're hearing about threats from another star, Don Richard, on the stand. Threats that people disappear when they talk. Did many people surrounding Sean Combs have to sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, and why?
Yes, absolutely. There are NDAs everywhere. I did not sign one, but lots and lots of people that worked for Puffy did sign NDAs. And this was because he doesn't want the truth getting out. Not necessarily about the accusations we are talking about today, but his whole life. He's a complete control freak. He decides what's in the media, what's in the press, and what isn't. You don't decide that. He does. An example, even though I didn't have an NDA with him, every press release I sent out about Puffy, whether it be playing Broadway, running a marathon, changing his name, he approved. He approved it. And a lot of celebrities
So
sort of
basically,
glance
he
at
was
these
Why
taking
did he
up.
change his name so many times,
Or
Rob?
did
to get
he?
attention. To get attention. We'd literally be sitting in his conference room and he was like, not getting a lot of press this week. Let's change my name, which is why I have said, and I believe this in a really
Wait,
perverse
he
way,
changed his name because
Diddy
he want to
is
get no
enjoying
attention.
what is happening right now. He has
Narcissist,
made
right?
himself one of the most famous people in the world, and in a sick, perverse way.
Man, what
I
y'all
think he's
think about this?
secretly
I'm gonna pause
enjoying
it. What
what
y'all
we're
think
talking
about this, man? This dude, man, Diddy is a piece of work. That man say Diddy changed his name if he wasn't getting enough press and attention. So now we stuck. How long you think we stuck with Brother Love? All right, I don't even know what name he using now. Is he Sean Combs right now? Because I mean, we are in court. Is we using real name right now? What name
That's
is
crazy.
he? Is we using Sean Combs or is he Brother Love? Who I don't know. Brother Love. He was letting them love the P everywhere. I don't know. That's a lot. Well, anything else y'all want to add to the discussion tonight? Because we'll be back on Wednesday. Wednesday is gonna be Women's Wednesday. The fellas, they want to be in the chat. I'm gonna see if I can get a man on here Wednesday and talk. I gotta get Red Boy the link so he can come
Right?
on.
Because it's the first hours for the women, right? And then after that, the men can come up and talk.
Yeah, the man. Look, Freddie want to type in the chat. T Banks want to type in the chat. They don't want to talk. All right, you. Anybody you want to add something, Khadijah, Crystal? Any topics y'all saw that were interesting going on last couple days?
I just want to know why this lady didn't understand. You know, she took her money. She's so stupid to let the P control her like that.
The P and the money controller.
He has taken possession of the whole situation.
Hey.
And I think everybody getting paid off to lie on the stand. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Because it's just making his defense look good. I'm gonna lay on, like, from what I'm seeing, that man got a good defense team, and the prosecutors, they don't know what the fuck they got going on. They got some damn witnesses who just coming up and just lying. Half of the shit they saying, they lying. They calling a bunch of names. And I don't know, man. This shit is just annoying to me. Get to the point. Like, bring all the hot shit now. Keep wasting our time. But
Yeah,
we on day 6. Tomorrow's day 7. Let's see.
Day 7. Yeah, because basically what Nancy Grace just said.
And Usher's been with him since he was a teen. So
that's what I was saying. Wait, Usher.
I don't doubt what this girl is saying 100%. I'm not, I don't know. I don't know if it's allegedly. I don't know. It just seems believable to me with how she's explaining all of the shit that happened.
Yeah.
We just gotta wait and see.
Usher ain't touching that stand, nope. But you know what? Usher have said in interviews before. He said he was at parties he knew he wasn't supposed to be at.
Yeah, exactly.
He said that before.
And Justin Bieber, when he met with Justin Bieber, don't forget when he was patting him down to see if he had a wire on.
Yeah.
Right? And he kept asking him, what happened to your number, man? He said, I changed my number.
Right.
Every time Justin would see him, he would act like he's intimidated. So he ain't no brother love. He ain't no brother love.
So they could have put a wire in just in here. Yeah, they ain't gonna take the stand. That think of say some people ain't gonna stand out because of fear, loyalty, and shame.
And that girl said she's scared of J-Lo. So what the fuck was J-Lo doing to her?
Right, what J-Lo got going on that she's scared of J-Lo?
That part, what did J-Lo do to her?
What J-Lo did?
What's so scary about
And the girl said he treated me like his woman, so I would turn up. She would turn up for her man.
Yeah.
She would get emotional.
But you know what? It probably was because she was young. He was having sex with her. And she probably was doing stuff J-Lo wasn't doing.
She said, I told him I love him when she had the threesome with Kim Porter.
Yeah.
She said, I was telling him I'm in love with him. Right?
Yeah.
The sad part is that
she did say J-Lo broke a glass bottle on her. Wasn't it a glass bottle?
Man.
Or like a champagne bottle or something.
And then they give her coke, and they thought it was coke, and they gave her.
Oh yeah, she said Aretha Franklin gave it. She said Aretha
she called her some names.
Well, we know Aretha was on some drugs, like we know that. So that don't surprise me at all.
And the mama involved, all of them involved.
The grandma, her grandma knew what was going on. He must be was paying her grandma.
Grandma got a Pontiac, girl.
Oh yeah, she did. Yeah, grandma. True.
Grandma said, "Take out the trash and bring my Pontiac keys in here."
Now she said call him. He told her call him Antonio.
Antonio.
She's talking about, I knew his name. I knew that was Diddy. Talking about call his name Antonio.
Man,
yeah, okay, Antonio.
These Tonys be doing some hot shit these days. Take out the trash, you go outside, you see Tony outside. Man.
Tony the tiger. Damn. Khadijah, don't take the trash out. Tony gonna be out.
I don't take the trash out. That's Tony's job.
Tony gonna be outside waiting.
Damn it, man, Diddy.
Oh.
All this pee got people hallucinating.
Man. Just everywhere.
She said P Diddy?
I thought we heard enough P with R. Kelly. Then we got who else? Who coming behind them with more P?
Listen.
We got R. Kelly, Diddy. Who next with the P?
This case P certified.
Who gonna be next? Who the next P story? Huh. Think of something about P got people seeing ducks.
Okay, take her. I can attest that the night I did visit the office and I did see the duck laying behind the AC fan. So yeah.
Wait, it's a duck at the office?
Yeah.
Wait.
Down at the bottom. Remember when you guys were teasing him talking about he's seen ducks now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is a real duck. I have to
That be sitting
confirm
down
Tinker.
there.
It's still sitting in the same spot, huh?
I think it's laying eggs down
It's
there.
probably
That's
got
what
an
it is.
egg nest. I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
it
yeah.
has its egg down there, and it's just.
And it's a wet, cool spot, probably.
Yep.
Man, that's fun. All right,
Tinker
y'all. Well,
said he drugged it up
what
over
she
there.
said?
For real, he probably did the duck some of that shit P. Diddy was giving people. Tony, did you pee on the duck?
He said he was trying to fertilize the eggs.
Hey.
Nah, he was peeing on the duck over the balcony.
Oh,
How
God.
could you pee on the ducks out here, man? Rain ain't enough. Man, but this case, put all jokes aside, it's just sad. Sad to see.
It is.
What
you think he
you're
gonna
doing.
walk? You think he gonna walk?
I believe that God will, the best plan for God is gonna happen. And I don't think anybody who's that wicked, because all of this is exposure. God is exposing Diddy. He's being put to shame to the world. Imagine a man has so much sins. Like, come on now, we ain't dealing with this shit in this life. We got it's a spiritual situation as well. He's being called out. He's being shown what it is, what happens to a person who does all those things. Because it's not one person accusing him. It would have been a different situation if it was just one person accusing him. This is a lot of people that is accusing him. This is a lot of people that are allegedly saying that he did these things. Like Usher has been saying he had no business being there, but his parents sent him. I don't know where the fuck will parents send their young kids to be exploited like this, but hey, people do shit for money. Can y'all cut it out? It's quite late for that. Stop. Yeah. Now I'm packing the kids up.
Yeah.
But
Lisa say Jay-Z gonna tell it. Man, Jay-Z ain't gonna say nothing.
Jay-Z ain't got shit to say.
Jay-Z the last
so
one
much.
to open his mouth. He is not gonna open his mouth.
But then him and his wife got on a flight when the Diddy shit started. They all went into hiding. We didn't hear shit about Beyonce. We didn't hear shit about Diddy. I don't know if they went to Africa. We didn't know where they went. They went inside. Ain't nobody was hosting no shows. She wasn't worrying about the Texas album she made and all that shit. That's what she came back with. After the whole Diddy shit, she came back with, oh, I got a new album out to take people's mind off of that shit. But
did they let Chris Brown out yet?
Man, they need to free Chris. Come on,
No.
now. Cause he's
they say he gonna be. They say he gonna spend a month.
June 13th, I think.
Oh, that ain't that far off.
That's not fucking sensational.
They say
need a free my nigga.
Hopefully he may make it through there, man.
Free Chris Brown.
Free Chris Brown. Yup.
He's not on the Diddy Pound Town. Free him.
That dog okay. Oh, goodness. All right, y'all. Well, we about to get out of here. It was fun. Shout out to Khadijah and Crystal for coming through. Shout out for Thinker. She was on it tonight with the last little content. That was good stuff. The good stuff. One of Jay-Z lawsuits got dropped to another 13-year-old. You know what? Maybe he paying off. What, did it get dropped with payment or did it just get dropped? Because I feel like Jay-Z paying some folks too. I don't care what nobody say. I feel like they all paying their way out of a lawsuit. And it's just not being known. That's what I feel. They doing it and it's like confidential. Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, it was fun. We will see you guys back on Wednesday. Good night. Good night, Crystal.
Good night. Bye, everyone. Good night.
Good night, y'all.